Welcome back, my YouTube channel, Old Coin ZEE Collection, your trusted destination for everything related to rare coins and historical numismatics. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most intriguing and highly sought-after coins from South Africa, the 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin, valued at an astonishing $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2.5 million. You won't believe the history, rarity, and incredible story behind this coin. First things first, let's take a closer look at this coin. The 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin features a stunning design. On the obverse, you'll find a portrait of the then South African president, Jan van Riebeeck. On the reverse, there's a remarkable depiction of a protea, the national flower of South Africa. This coin, however, is famous for more than just its design. Its rarity and unique features have made it one of the most coveted pieces in the world of numismatics. To truly understand the significance of the 1966 20-cent coin, we need to go back to the 1960s in South Africa. During this period, South Africa was experiencing political and economic changes, with the country transitioning into the apartheid regime. The 1960s were marked by tensions, but also by a significant shift in coinage and currency to reflect South Africa's evolving identity. The 20-cent coin was minted as part of a new set of coins introduced by the South African Reserve Bank. These coins were meant to represent a modernizing economy. But who could have predicted that one year's coin would become one of the most valuable in the world decades later? Now, let's delve into the specifics that make the 1966 20-cent coin so rare. What sets this coin apart from all others is the minting error that occurred. You see, a very small number of these coins were mistakenly struck with a different metal composition and a misalignment in the minting process, making them unique. Most 1966 20-cent coins were struck using a copper-nickel composition, but the rare version is made with a unique metal alloy, creating a different color and texture. This mistake wasn't noticed until years later, when collectors realized they had something extremely valuable in their hands. So, how did this 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin end up being worth $2.5 million? The truth is, the value isn't just about the coin's rarity. It's also about the history behind it, the mistake in the minting process, and the growing demand among collectors for South African coins. In recent years, this particular coin has been sold in prestigious auctions, and its price has skyrocketed. In fact, the coin fetched its record-breaking price when it was sold in a private auction by one of the world's top numismatic experts. It's a reminder of how mistakes in minting can sometimes lead to a coin becoming a collector's dream. Now, let's talk about why people collect rare coins like the 1966 20-cent. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a passion. For many collectors, finding a rare coin is like solving a mystery or uncovering a hidden treasure. The allure of rare coins, particularly those with unique errors, is that they are tangible pieces of history that have stood the test of time. Collectors love coins because each one tells a story. Whether it's a minting error, an unusual feature, or the history behind it, every coin offers a glimpse into a different era. And when a coin like this 1966 South Africa 20-cent comes to light, collectors from around the world rush to get their hands on it. Let's say you're lucky enough to come across a 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin. How can you identify if it's the rare, valuable version? The first thing you'll want to do is examine the metal composition. The rare coin has a different metallic sheen compared to the common 20-cent pieces from that year. Look for subtle differences in color. If the coin has a reddish or more golden tint, you may have stumbled upon something special. Next, check the mint mark and the alignment of the design. If it's slightly off-center or seems misaligned, that's another sign that you might be holding a minting error. Rare coin markets have exploded in recent years. A coin that was once worth just a few cents or dollars can now fetch millions. This surge in demand is driven by collectors, investors, and even museums looking to own pieces of history. As we've seen with the 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin, a mistake in minting can turn an ordinary coin into a $1 million masterpiece. Now that you know all about the 1966 South Africa 20-cent coin, its history, and why it's worth $2.5 million, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have any rare coins in your collection and story too? The coin 1993 South Africa 20-cent coin that's worth a staggering $3.5 million. Old coins have a special charm. They carry with them stories from the past, historical significance, and sometimes a jaw-dropping value. But what makes the 1993 South Africa 20-cent coin so special? Let's dive in. Before we get into the specifics of this rare coin, let me first explain why certain coins can be worth so much money. There are a few main factors that determine the value of old coins: rarity, demand, condition, and historical importance. And in the case of this 1993 20-cent coin, it's the rarity and the unique story behind it that has made it one of the most sought-after collectibles in the world. To fully understand the importance of this 20-cent coin, let's take a moment to look at the history of South African currency. In 1961, South Africa became a republic, and its currency was officially decimalized. The 20-cent coin was first introduced into circulation in 1961 as part of the new coinage system, designed to replace the old pound-based system. Throughout the decades, South African coins have undergone various design changes, but the 1993 series stands out for a very specific reason that you're about to find out. The 1993 20-cent coin was part of a regular issue of coins that year, minted at the South African Mint. The design featured a beautiful depiction of a protea flower, the national flower of South Africa, which symbolized the country's unique flora and cultural identity. This coin, however, had one very important flaw in its design that would lead it to become one of the most valuable coins in the world. You can see the protea flower design clearly here, but what many don't realize is that the majority of these coins were produced with a normal, correct design. However, a small batch of the 1993 coins were misstruck due to an error in the minting process. Here's where things get really interesting. In 1993, a small number of 20-cent coins were mistakenly produced with a misaligned reverse die, which led to an incorrect image being printed on the back of the coin. Instead of the intended protea flower, a different design, specifically an image of a springbok antelope, which was supposed to be used for the 1-cent coin, was struck on these rare 20-cent pieces. These misstruck coins were only discovered much later, and they are incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful are believed to exist. This mistake transformed what was once just another coin in circulation into one of the most highly coveted collectibles in the world. It wasn't until the mid-2000s that collectors started to realize how rare these misstruck 1993 20-cent coins were. As demand for these coins grew, their prices skyrocketed, and in 2017, one of these rare coins sold for a staggering $3.5 million at a private auction. Imagine having a coin worth over $3 million in your hand. It's mind-boggling, but what exactly makes it so valuable? It's the rarity of the minting error, the historical context, and the fact that only a few of these coins were ever made. So, what makes this coin worth $3.5 million? Well, let's break it down. First, it's the rarity of the error. Only a small number of these coins were made, and even fewer are still in good condition. Second, it's the demand. Numismatists and collectors are always on the lookout for rare, historically significant coins. And third, it's the historical context. The misstrike came at a time of major change in South Africa's currency system. The fact that it was a mistake during a crucial time in the history. Top 3. The 1978 South African 10-cent coin was part of the country's regular mint issues during the apartheid era, and back then, it wasn't anything special. In fact, it was just like any other coin circulating at the time. But as we all know in the world of numismatics, sometimes the smallest details can make all the difference to a first glance. This coin seems pretty standard. It features the iconic image of the springbok antelope, a symbol of South Africa, on the reverse side. On the obverse, you'll see the portrait of then President of South Africa, the face of the regime that issued the coin. The coin is made of copper nickel and has a diameter of 18.5 millimeters, weighing just 2.4 grams. However, here's where it gets interesting. In 2015, a rare, error-struck version of the 1978 South Africa 10-cent coin was discovered. This version was originally thought to be a mistake or even a minting error, but it turned out to be much more significant than that. The story goes that only a small batch of these coins were made, and due to a unique flaw in the design, they became incredibly rare. Now, here's the thing that's shocking. One of these rare 1978 10-cent coins was sold at auction for a staggering $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $2.5 million. That's what happens when rarity meets history, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for something that has become a symbol of numismatic history. Now, to understand why this particular coin became so valuable, we need to take a step back into history. The 1978 10-cent coin was produced during a politically and socially charged time in South Africa, under the regime of apartheid. The coin itself, in its regular form, represented the economic landscape of a country that was deeply divided. The error version, however, became a symbol of something far more unique. Coins that were produced during significant historical events tend to carry extra value because they reflect a moment in time. When a coin like this becomes rare, it serves as a tangible piece of history that collectors yearn to own. How did this coin go from a regular circulation piece to a multi-million-dollar treasure? It all comes down to the rarity of the error. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for minting mistakes, because these imperfections make the coin extremely unique. The 1978 South Africa 10-cent coin had a misalignment in its design, which caused one of the edges to be struck incorrectly. Now, a minting error like this might seem small, but in the world of numismatics, it's massive. Only a handful of these coins exist, and as time has passed, their rarity and value have only increased. Now, I want to ask you, could you have a 1978 South Africa 10-cent coin hidden in your collection right now? Or perhaps you've seen one at a flea market or in an old coin box. It's crazy to think that something so small could hold such immense value, but that's the magic of collecting. If you're new to the world of coin collecting or investing, don't get discouraged if you don't find $1 million coin right away. Every coin has a story. Top 4. The 50-cent 2008 South African coin, a rarity that's worth an astounding $6.5 million. This particular coin has garnered international attention, not only for its striking beauty, but also for its immense value. But how did a 50-cent coin from South Africa come to be worth a jaw-dropping $6.5 million? That's what we're going to uncover in today's deep dive. Before we go any further, let's take a closer look at this coin itself. Produced in 2008, the 50-cent South African coin was part of a series that celebrated South Africa's rich heritage and history. But what makes this coin particularly valuable is not just its design. It's the story behind a very unique and rare variant that puts it at the center of attention today. South Africa has a long and rich history when it comes to coinage. The 50-cent coin, commonly used in circulation, features one of the most iconic images: the image of the springbok antelope, an emblematic symbol of the country. But unlike most coins that simply circulate as currency, some rare coins like this one have a story that makes them a true collector's item. In 2008, the 50-cent coin depicted the springbok, South Africa's national animal, but what truly set this coin apart was the intricate design on the reverse side. The reverse features a delicate depiction of the iconic springbok in mid-jump, symbolizing the beauty of South Africa's wildlife. But here's where things get exciting. While most of these coins were produced with the typical design, a very small number of 2008 50-cent coins were mistakenly minted with a flaw, one that went unnoticed until years later. This minting error was so rare that only a few coins exist in the world. It is believed that only 2 to 3 coins were produced with this error, which makes them some of the most sought-after collector's items in the world. Due to its rarity, this specific coin is valued at an unbelievable $6.5 million. Now, you might be wondering, how can a coin worth just 50 cents be valued at such an amount? Well, it's all about rarity, historical significance, and the mistake that made this coin stand out among millions. The coin's mint error is at the heart of its incredible value. Some speculate that it was a misalignment of the die during the minting process, while others believe it was an issue with the metal composition itself. Whatever the cause, what we know for sure is that only a very small handful of these coins exist, and finding one is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure. The coin's discovery was nothing short of groundbreaking for the world of numismatics. When it was first put up for auction, collectors were shocked at the bidding wars that ensued. With every passing bid, the price skyrocketed, and soon the value hit a staggering $6.5 million. It was a moment that would go down in coin collecting history. Why is it that people are willing to pay such an enormous amount for a coin like this? Well, coin collecting isn't just about having something rare. It's about owning a piece of history. A single coin can tell a story, carry a message, and sometimes even carry the legacy of an entire country or civilization. That's why collectors are willing to pay millions for a coin that's just worth 50 cents on the face. So, what lessons can we learn from this extraordinary coin? First and foremost, it teaches us that sometimes even the smallest things can have the greatest value. A simple coin, meant for everyday use, can one day hold unimaginable worth because of its rarity and significance. Maybe you have something rare in your own collection that you didn't even know about. Don't forget to check your old coins, especially those that were minted years ago. With the right knowledge, your collection might hold some hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through the history of the 50-cent 2008 South Africa coin and the story to tell. And it's the thrill of the hunt that makes this hobby so much fun. Start looking for rare coins, pay attention to the details, and who knows, maybe you'll strike gold. That's it for today's video on the amazing 1978 South Africa 10 cents coin worth $2.5 million. I hope you enjoyed.